Hello, hello, everybody. How are you all doing tonight? We're back after a couple of weeks. I'm just getting situated back in the seat. Hopefully, everybody can hear me okay. How have you all been the past couple of weeks? Hey, welcome, Ted. And welcome, LMD. Awesome to have you here. Oh, thank you very much, Ted. I definitely missed you guys too. I definitely missed everyone last week too. I was actually out of town, working on a few projects as well, but I ended up getting sick on top of traveling. So I had a fun. It was a fun and adventurous week. It's good to be back. So if you hear any congestion or anything in my voice, just me trying to work my way through this. But I was excited to make it back tonight and get to make some more art with you guys. Oh, hey, Aaron's here. Oh, welcome, Aaron. Good to see you too. And Vicky, Natalia, Shawnee, man, it's so awesome for everybody to be back in. It's so good to be here again. And like I said just a moment ago, for anyone who's missed it, apologies if I sound a little bit congested or if I cough once or twice today. Still recovering from getting a little bit under the weather last week, but very grateful that I think it was just like a little minor cold, but doing well. So what have you been? What have you all of you been up to over the past week? Hopefully, lots of fun, lots of cool blackletter calligraphizing. That's another brand new word we're just gonna make up today for fun. Hopefully, you've all had a fantastic couple of weeks. As far as announcements this week, let's see. Oh, thank you, everybody. Thanks, Aaron. I appreciate it. I was worried I might sound a little bit off tonight, but hopefully okay. As far as announcements this week, I am working hard. One of the things that I've been working on is working on a new Blackletter class, like a Blackletter Basics class. I'm going to be calling it Blackletter Bootcamp. So for anybody who's interested in that, I sent out a little teaser, my email newsletter a couple of weeks ago, and I hope to be launching the class within the next month. So if you're interested, I'm going to be doing the first one just in front of with a smaller group. So feel free to shoot me an email. You can, if you're on my newsletter, just click on the button that was in there, or you can reach out to me via my website or social media. But if you're interested in that, I would love to hear from you. And I'm also working on building a little community page as well. My hope with that is we could even start doing some of these decision-making art processes or art decision-making processes. I think I jumbled the words there. But we could start to have fun making those decisions even a little bit earlier and then spend more time drawing on these streams and stuff. Oh, Ted is saying he's been teaching himself Affinity Designer. I'm very familiar with the Affinity Suite. I will start to transition to the overhead camera and we'll start doing some calligraphy fun today, or calligrafun. And I will definitely catch up on the chat in the meantime and give you guys some options for the art this week. But I saw Ted saying that you've been teaching yourself Adobe Illustrator, Affinity Designer. I've not messed around with the Affinity Suite of applications too much, but I do know that they are for sure a really awesome and powerful alternative to the Adobe Suite, which can definitely get a little expensive in the long run since it's a monthly subscription plan. So that's awesome. How has your experience been with them? Or with Affinity? Do you like it? Do you find it just as useful as Illustrator? I've thought a few times about trying to do more with the Photoshop substitute or replacement. So I'd be really curious to hear what you think of it so far. All right, so actually, real quick, we started last week, a couple of weeks ago, we had a fun design where we did a Bob Ross sketch, and I haven't finished it yet. Getting a little bit under the weather threw me for a bit of a loop, but this was the idea that I was starting to play around with, which was to add like a tree into the center here instead of text. So all I've done is kind of lay out the initial like pencil sketch for a little tree back there, and I'm still figuring out how I would want to color it and stuff. But here, let me know what you think. I would love to get your thoughts. We picked all sorts of fun colors a couple of weeks ago that we used. The watercolor yellow and the blue, and I think in the pen itself was if I recall, it was a turquoise ink cartridge. So yeah, I'd be curious to hear what you think of this one, this work in progress, and if you have any ideas or suggestions. Oh, howdy Megan, howdy Larry. Well, great to see everybody too. It means so much to me that you all are back here after a couple of weeks. Thank you so much for joining in. And howdy Carla, great to see you again too, from Oregon, one of my favorite spots. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad that you like it, Vicky. So you're saying that it's so pretty. None of the colors I chose are in there. I need y'all to help me. All right. Well, maybe this week we'll get we'll get some cool colors this week that you like. You can even zoom in a little bit and focus too, just to get the idea. Yeah, my first, before I even knew about calligraphy, my first love was drawing mostly comic book stuff. So I don't profess to be any good at it, but I certainly have fun. And indeed, it's a happy little tree that was in honor of a fun week, and in honor of the Bob Ross quote. Okay, so while I start making some circles and stuff, let's talk about decision time. And again, it really is awesome to be back with everybody. So I've got 3 inks, and there's one in this pen, but it's actually a duplicate of this one. So we could do, I was thinking we've done a lot of greens the past couple of weeks. I'm a little behind on finishing up the art, but yeah, I was looking for the other one. So I've got here a red cartridge. This one is violet, so we could do red or violet. And in this pen, if I could hang on to it, in this pen, this is the 3mm pen, so I figured we'd change the sizes this week as well. So in this 3mm parallel pen, I have a turquoise cartridge. So between red, violet, and turquoise, let me know which one you guys would like to see, and maybe we'll get Vicky one of her color choices this week. We'll see how things go. I hope it goes well for you, Vicky. I'm always rooting for everybody to get something that they'd like to see each week. So those are the first choices. So red, violet, and blue again. And then the dipping inks, I thought we could do Ecoline again. I've got brown in one of these vials, and I've got blue in another. And I believe this is still the gray, if memory serves. We did gray a few weeks ago. Or I've got some warm colors. So, you know what? Basically, just throw out some color for me for the dipping ink. And then, either I'll pick one. Maybe we'll let Vicky have her color choice this week. Or we can just go with the popular choice. But let's see how it shapes up. So I'm going to start writing circles, and then again, ink cartridges, and then dipping color. And somehow my pencil's vanished. There it is. So Ted said he was learning Affinity Designer. What else has everybody else been up to the past couple of weeks? I sincerely hope you've been staying healthier than me. Oh, and by the way, I know I didn't show the quote. I actually had the idea to try a different design this week than what we've been doing typically. So I have fun doing circles. So I'm going to do circles, and we may change that up soon. But I thought I've never done 2 circles that are the same size next to each other, which seems crazy to me considering how many times I've done these. So I thought it'd be fun to just try a completely new design together this week, and I've got a somewhat lengthy quote, so we will see how this turns out. This will be an experiment together. So I'm going to measure out 3.5, 6, and 6.5, all the way up to 8. All right, we're going to be drawing a lot of circles today. And Ted is saying, I choose the color of the person below me. Okay. Well, well said. I like Ted's living on the edge today, going with a calligrapher friend selection. You know, I love using that word, calligrapher, anytime I can. Let's see what everybody's been up to. Okay, so looks like turquoise is the winner so far, and Vicky, I believe that's your choice too. So look out! It is going to be a turquoise week, and that's what's in the pen already. So I don't even have to do any ink cartridge installation. So let's see as I draw the circles under what everybody has been up to. Wow, Megan's saying lots of anatomy and physiology. I'm starting a veterinarian technician program. Wow, well, congratulations on starting that. That sounds fascinating. So not exactly calligraphy, it sounds like. But that sounds really awesome. So I hope that's been going well. Always cool to hear what everybody is working on and is up to. Okay, this is going to be interesting. I feel like this is more compact than my designs usually are. See if I can make it a little darker. Maybe I'll see the lines a little bit more clearly. And Megan is saying she's channeling fall. Awesome. Okay, so turquoise is the color, and then are we dipping... What color are we dipping in? Yellow, it looks like? I saw a lot of yellow. So, I will probably need to... I'll probably need to add some yellow to one of my little ink bottles. You know, I'm just going to draw the line all the way through. Save time. Oh, and I see Carla asking, what is the quote? All right, I will share the quote momentarily. Just going to finish drawing some of these circles. It's like I said, a little bit longer because I'm going to try to put it in 2 circles. So it'll be an extra big test of my calligraphy calculations. But it's just a positive quote about working hard, which I liked when I stumbled on it on my list today. Alright, that's good. Maybe one more over here. Just for fun. And heck, you could even, if you want to, you could even tell me to use 2 different colors. I've never used the exact same color, at least not that I can recall, for both inner and outer circles. So this could be a fun day of experiments. I was planning to use the same color all the way around, but if we want to change it up, we can totally do that. Let me just make sure again. Yep, that's turquoise. Okay. Oh no, I saw. See, Erin saying she went to a cottage last week. That sounds really cool. That sounds like fun. Hopefully it was nice and you got to enjoy a little break, probably in some nature. So the quote, I'm gonna read it off. It's over here next to me. The quote for this week is, "It is not by muscle, speed, or physical dexterity that great things are achieved, but by reflection, force of character, and judgment." So I kind of like that one, just because I don't know. It reminds me that it like it's often what you put into it, all the hard work that is an influencer of success, or maybe not even success, but just of getting to what you want to achieve. Because I think that success is also it's like a relative concept. All right. So we've got the turquoise in the pen, and I need to get some yellow ink to dip in. Let's see. I really am. I'm starting to get like an enormous collection of these that are just filled with random different inks. You guys are awesome at picking new colors each week, so I'm going to put it right in the middle. And if something spills, then it just becomes part of the design. So we did say yellow, right? Dip in yellow, yes. All right, so there's some yellow. A little bit more. Okay, and we're going with watercolor yellow this time instead of acrylic. Maybe in the next few weeks we'll get back into some more acrylic experiments. Aaron saying a hot tub plus cottage. Aaron is a happy girl. That sounds quite awesome. A hot tub. It's probably cooler up in Quebec than it is here in Houston. So, and I should mention too, we do have a tropical storm apparently flying through Houston here tonight. So if I suddenly vanish for some reason, then you will know what happened. And that would mean hopefully that just the electricity went out or the power went out. But yeah, if if the feed completely dies for any reason, so far it's calm out there, then you'll know it was just the storm. That was what happened. And I see Carla saying repeat the quote slower. All right, so it's over here. I had another shorter one potentially planned, but we'll go with this one today. So the quote is, "It is not by muscle, speed, or physical dexterity that great things are achieved, but by reflection, force of character, and judgment." So that was the quote this week, which I thought was a cool one. All right, so turquoise in yellow. So the first few words are, "It is not by muscle." What do you think? Should I do inside quote, inside circle? Let's start with the. Yeah, heck, let's start with the inside one. That's different. I would probably usually start with the outside. So since this is a little bit tighter, I'll zoom in a little for everybody. All right, let's get started. I see Vicky saying that your friends have had their power flickering. Yeah. Are they in the Houston area too? Let's see it. So we'll just do a shorter eye. Yep, this is the turquoise mixed with the yellow always gives off a greener look. It is. Okay, we'll do S, the descender. You know, my favorite snazzy calligraphy things to do. Calligraphy things? I'm inventing words now without even thinking about it. This is getting dangerous. Oh, I see Vicky saying yeah, was was home for 23 years. Wow. So you are probably all too familiar with Houston and its wonderful weather. Hopefully everybody else is getting some nice fall conditions now. It is not. Yes, well familiar. Awesome. I can probably even zoom in. I'm used to using the larger pen size, so this one is smaller. Anyone else get some new supplies or anything like that recently that they're excited to play around with? Turn the focus. The ink starts to look really neon, right? One of these days, I'm definitely going to bust out the invisible ink. Has anyone ever tried invisible ink? And would you be curious to see some? That is a fun ink. It's not by. Yeah, it comes out really, really saturated, right? Let's make it a little bit brighter too. What do you guys think so far? So are we gonna do both the inner and outer circle the same color? Not by muscle. Again, apologies for having some sniffles this week. All right. Ted saying invisible ink for Halloween. Cool idea. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to we're gonna have to do something fun for Halloween, right? Is Halloween on a Is it Halloween on a Monday this year? Maybe we could do a special Halloween stream. Hallow stream? Is that a word? What do you guys think? Yeah, am I the only one that thinks it's almost crazy that we're already getting close to the end of the year? I mean, I do know it's been a couple of crazy years to say the least, but it does feel, sorry, I'm trying to zoom out so you can see a little bit more clearly. It does feel like this year has really kind of zipped by. It's not by Muscle. I feel like that's how Popeye would say it, right? Muscle? Muscles? Anyone remember Popeye? See, Halloween is... See, wow. Halloween is on a Sunday, is on Thursday. So Halloween could be on 2 different days this year. Some crazy, kooky Halloween stuff. So it's not on a Monday. Well, maybe we'll do a Halloween stream. What do you guys think? Would that be fun? Man, I'll have to pick some really some really fun colors for that, or a cool design. Black paper, maybe. Siri says it's on Sunday. Let's see. Not by Muscle. Speed. do. There's the P. Just isn't sound it. Yes. Oh yes, and olive oil. Yeah, Carla's saying and olive oil. Yes. And what was the bad guy's name? Goodness, Bluto, something like that. Let's see, Aaron saying I have my first live calligraphy event on Wednesday. It's been since March 2020. Wow, since I've done anything live, it doesn't feel like it's been 18 months. Time moves weird in a pandemic. Wow. Are you teaching live, Aaron, or will this be? Will you be taking a class live? 2 E's. Because that is crazy. It is crazy when you think about it. How long it's been for many of us who, like, since doing things in person. Like, it really is crazy to think that that's already been 18 months. Sorry if I'm going off screen. Speed. Oh, congratulations. Aaron saying got hired for some live engraving at a client activation event. That is so awesome. Wow. Congratulations. And in-person event. I really hope it's a lot of fun and as an awesome event. I'm sure you'll do amazing. Speed 4. And everybody's helping me out that Popeye's archenemy was Bluto. For some reason my mind was going to Pluto and I was like, no, that's a Disney character if I remember right. And then or. So yes, indeed, Bluto. Wow, that takes me back. I honestly have not thought about Popeye in a very long time. Pardon me. More physical. Yeah, I had also a funny set of adventures with things that I forgot on this trip that I was on last week too. Pluto, Popeye Nemesis, yes. Yes, Mickey Mouse Dog, that's Pluto. I never would have thought of an association between Bluto and Pluto, but here we are today. I am what I am. Brutus was Bluto's twin brother in the 1988 comic book. Wow, thank you for the cool trivia. All right. Speed or physical dexterity. That's what's next. Physical dexterity. If I can spell it correctly. Calligraphy. It looks like I missed something on calligraphy, but Ted bringing in the cool calligraphy words. I love it. Yeah, I always love where these streams end up going. I did not come in today expecting to talk about Popeye, but here we are. Pretty cool, right? Okay, we're in the dangerous area where I might start smudging things, but we'll see. I feel like the ink on the right, because I'm not dealing with acrylics today, I feel like it's had enough time to dry. We'll see. Looks like so far so good. Ted, you're on fire today, my friend. No charge for this calligraphy, charge for this calligraphy. Well played indeed. I love that I'm not the only word inventor here. It's perfect. Okay, there's a fun question. Has anyone invented a cool word recently? I definitely don't want to feel like I'm alone in being a word inventor. Word venter? Is that... Can we make that one a word today? Physical... So wow, and very cool again on the engraving event, Aaron. So cool. I didn't realize you did engraving as well. Multi-talented. And physical dexterity. So dexterity isn't going to fit in here, but I'm going to fit as much as I can. And you know what I just realized? Everybody, dexterity. The word dexterity has the letter X. Everybody's favorite letter when it comes to Blackletter. I'm being a little silly just because X is one of those tougher letters sometimes that we don't end up like. I feel like it's a double-edged sword because number one, we don't use it too much, and then number two, it's probably, at least for me, when I was learning and practicing, for me it was the weirdest letter to try to wrap my hands and head around. Anyone else feel that way too? Like if it was a tough letter, but you practice it all the time, it would get easy really fast. But I always tend to practice words and stuff. Or like rather than practice individual letters, I would practice them in context. So I've mentioned this before. So pangrams are one of my favorite things to write. But even in a pangram, the letter X doesn't necessarily come up too much. Usually just the one time. So that's dex. Do I squeeze in the E? Nah, since it's a T, I'm gonna leave the space for the T. Alright, here we are with our very, very colorful inner letter. Okay, so it's not just me. I'm sorry, I laughed out loud because Aaron just used Aaron of Nielsen Letters, by the way, everybody. Aaron just used copperplate X as the literal bane of my existence. I use that phrase all the time too. It's like a mortal enemy sometimes. I try to be friends with all of the letters, but you know, that X. Always fun. Okay, so decision time. Are we going to do a different color on the outside? I saw some rumblings of violet, or are we sticking with the same color? Let me know what you guys think. Maybe I'll start to finish off this inner circle a little bit. And then let me know what you guys want to do. So that's an I, it. And I'm not going to go too crazy on like crossing T's and stuff since we're doing two different layers. I'll keep these ones a little bit more, maybe just a little bit more tame. Same thing with the dots. You might find it funny that I actually find it challenging to use the word tamer, Tamer, because that's my name. Tamer is my name, but it's spelled the same. So anytime I think of the word tamer, my brain explodes a little bit as being an actual word that means something. Okay, so far I'm seeing Carla saying violet. All right, Vicky, any suggestions as well? For sure want everybody to feel like at some point they get a color selection they're excited about too. Ted, you are on fire today, my friend. It's good that your last name isn't Wilder. That would be a bizarre combination of words to form a name, right? Tamer Wilder. So just slowly working the way around here. And I will be very interested to hear about the... Okay, looks like 2. Vicky's also in with Carla on the violet outer circle. Okay, so if we do... We're decided then. We're going to do violet. What does everyone think in terms of a secondary color for the outer circle then? Still yellow? Same yellow? Even though you can probably tell it's getting a little greenish now, right? Because I'm dipping the blue in here. I think this one's going to be fun. Let's see. Let's see how things turn out here at the end. And one more time, as it's occurred to me, thank you all again for being here. Always so fun working on these together. Okay, inner circle completed. And I'm going to have to go grab a new pen. From the parallel pen bouquet that I have. Okay, violet. All right. Ooh, we're going in all sorts of cool directions with the outer circle now. Okay, let's zoom out as I fill things in. You guys can take a look. See how it's looking. Okay. Sorry for the squeakiness. That's the parallel pen squeak. I've never thought of that before, but today we're inventing a new parallel pen squeak sound. I'll try to keep it from piercing your ears too much. Wow, that's a squeaky pen today. Okay. Let me grab a handy dandy tissue. There we go. Violet ink achieved. So we have violet ink successfully. Now, what did we say we're going to be dipping with? Let's see. Tamer the Tamer. That's really funny, Carl. I like that. the Tamer the Tamer of Blackletter. I wish. I feel like I'm mostly the one that's getting tamed by these fun Blackletter styles. Okay, violet and orange, violet and red. So we're definitely going warm. Live violet and green from Ted. The gold is so pretty with the violet workshop week. Oh, good call too. So I do have... Okay, maybe... I really do want to come back to the gold, because that would be fun. But I do have one with it, but it may be totally dried out by now. So in the interest of, let's see. So maybe, let's try orange. That's a combo I've never tried before. We're gonna grab another one of these little tiny vials. Gold would be pretty too. Oh, okay, gold. All right, everybody's going gold. So let's still keep the cartridge, and I'm just gonna fill a new. You know what? I'm gonna fill a new container, but you know what? You're gonna get some gold options today. What do you think? So I believe this is the one I've used before in the past. You got to give them a good shake. So I've got Liquitex. If we're going back acrylics, I've got Liquitex acrylic gold. I could also do maybe you'll be able to see the little bit of different tints. Let me zoom in a bit. So that's another gold ink I have. Just trying to brighten it up so that you can see. Sorry if the screen is shaking too much. And I have more. Let's see. I just have to find them. That's half the battle. Let's see. Ooh, see this one? Okay, Dr. pH Morton iridescent yellow. Let's see if I can give you there's probably a better view of the ink. Okay, so can you tell? I would say this one, let's make it a little brighter for everybody. I have more colors than this, but let's save those for a future week. What do you say? Because it'll probably take me a minute or two to find it amongst all the bottles. Aaron's asking also, how many of those vials do you have? I'll show you guys how many I have. It's because it comes in a fairly large pack from Amazon. So number 1 on the left. It sounds like we're going with this one. Liquitex it is. All right, decision made. So for anyone curious how I always keep popping out these new vials, I mean, like here's the bottles that are like just some of them, of the ones that are next to me in my little drawer here. Let's make it darker. Okay. So these are just some of them. It comes in a pack. I mean, I probably have somewhere in the neighborhood of 15 just sitting right next to me. But the reason that I'm able to continually pull up new ones all the time is because this is what they come in. So I've used this, but this is how I perpetually am able to keep pulling these bottles out from right next to me, one new empty one after another. So hopefully you guys found that funny. I literally, it was the exact size I really wanted. Like, I like having them small because I don't want to like just waste a whole bunch of ink. Because like you just saw with one of the other bottles, because I'm just dipping, I don't tend to use a tremendous amount, so I don't want to waste too much of it. I'm sorry, Aaron, you are on fire today too. Makes me think of a clown car. That's great. So I am now just shaking up this bottle so that I can get a good consistency out, and then we'll use the awesome Aaron Nielsen letters ink stir to hopefully keep it stirred. So I usually keep shaking it until I can see some bubbles forming in the bottle, meaning hopefully I've kind of mixed everything together. And can I again say I just love how these always go in different directions. I was totally planning to go all like watercolor inks today, but here we are. Now the other challenge is making sure I can open the bottle, but this time it went okay. All right, here we go. Moment of truth. Dipping or dripping ink while on the artwork. Not recommended. For the faint of heart. Here we go. There's some gold. All right, we'll go two dips. There we go, or 2 squirts, and then of the eyedropper, and then we'll grab a little stirring stick. Here we go. Actually, maybe we'll throw in a little bit more gold. All right, one more. All right, and then we will. It should be pretty well stirred up, but while I remember where we were, we'll get the little stirring device to keep stirring the ink as well. Okay. Ted saying cheaper than therapy. Yeah, that those bottles, the entire pack, I want to say was something like $15. I believe it was in that neighborhood. The links are all on my tool site, the blacklettertools.com, if you want to see them too. But yeah, they come in a pack of 100, and they just happen to be the size that I like using a lot, or like a good size. And the other thing that I liked about them too is the screwing, like the screw top. Because I used a plastic bottle, or plastic bottles that I got from local art store, or like Michael's. And they would dry out because the plastic wouldn't seal. So I found that these dry out far less because it's got a screw top, which I really like. So that's why I just went ahead and went for it and got the pack of 100. So if I run out of those bottles, you know something has gone terribly wrong. Aaron saying I should have bought stock in that Inkster. You're not the first one who's bought it because of you. Yeah, I owe that thing. I owe Aaron entirely for that purchase. The minute I saw it, I was like, I gotta have one of those. All right, let's see. So I left off on the word dexterity. And then, so I got to finish the arity of dexterity. So we'll start up here. All right, let's see how this turns out. Okay. The key is making sure, let's start over here next to that. Making sure I've got enough of that purple coming out. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. Let's see. There we go. What do you guys think? How did we do? How did we do on the color combinations? I feel like this one's going to be really cool. I just need to get faster at finishing them up each week, right? All right, I'm leaving it to get a little bit more purple. Okay, now I think I'm getting decent ink flow there. Let's see. All right. I think I'm close to doing some more frequent dipping. We'll keep this one a little bit tight. There we go. See, oh, Yogi Singh paying $1.50 each here in Calgary? Oh my goodness. For bottles like this one? Wow, definitely. I would say I don't know the Amazon prices in Canada, if they would be similar. I mean, I do think it's great to support a local art store wherever possible. But for sure, with that kind of a price differential, I think it could be handy to go with the bulk purchase if it's cost effective, obviously. But yeah, there should be a link on my Blackletter Tools website if you want to check it out and see if the pricing is better in Canada. Well, let's see, dexterity, that great. And I think I've actually been decent with the spelling errors today, right? Nothing yet. I've probably just jinxed it. Here's the A. And let's see if I hold it up, you can you see the shiny gold fun? I always love these gold combinations. Okay, that. Let's see. Oh, it's let's see. Larry's saying $21 in the US. Okay. hopefully, but I would hope, yeah, by the 100 that would still be what, like 20 cents each? Hopefully, if my brain can still do math. That great. Let's see. Oh, Aaron saying, I'm always so scared of using acrylic inks. How does it not dry out so fast on your nib? It does honestly tend to dry out. It's an excellent question, or excellent point. Because I do notice that it does start to dry out a little bit. I've noticed that if you're using an ink, at least especially with these broad nib or these parallel pens, that if you're using an ink that's a little bit thinner, or it's a little thicker or doesn't flow as much, it will tend to clog the feed more, or the two plates more. So if you have an ink that's thinner that flows a lot better, that tends to work better with these acrylic inks. But also I always keep I always have a little bottle of water that I keep next to me, and so every once in a while, as I notice that the ink is drying in the tip, I'll just dip it in there and then clean out the nib, even when there's some ink in there, and that helps keep the flow going and keep it from getting clogged. Let's see. So I hope that helps, and if you're gonna dabble in some broad nib fun, I would definitely say this is worth giving a shot, or try giving this a shot. So you can probably tell I can tell already it's starting to dry a little bit more. So this is where either I would leave the ink or not dip again for a little bit, just to see if I can get that purple flowing again, just like right there. And yeah, just like getting it started. Now I can see the purple's back a bit, and then I feel a little bit more comfortable dipping again. But I do very regularly dip the pen to wash it, and this is a container I've used a few times already. Let's zoom out. So I'll just do a quick dip here. And then just wipe off that excess gold, and I'll often use the little cleaning slip that comes with these pens. Got it right here. So I'll often use that guy too, just to clean between the plates, to keep it from getting clogged too much. Alrighty. Goodness, it's already 8:53. What do you guys think so far? The violet and gold color combo is maybe my all-time favorite. But for anyone who was here several weeks ago, when we did that, it was some kind of a neon radioactive, I don't know what other descriptors or adjectives to use, that neon green that we used when we used we used it with the tan paper. That was an unexpected favorite. I feel like I want to come back to that one too. That great. Oh, I've already got a misspelling. Let's see, maybe I might be able to salvage this one. Let's turn this into an N. And then let's give this one a little bit of top there. All right, we turn that into an I and an N. There we go. Look, sometimes you can work with your mistakes and even adjust them on the fly. great things. And we'll do the S. Let's see, what have I missed? Aaron, if you search for similar bottles, there's a set of 12 or 15 that is much more reasonable. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that, Megan. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I for sure would. You definitely don't have to get the pack of 100 if there's a much more reasonable set available. So thank you for sharing that. And Vicky saying I love it. Oh, thank you. Oh, I see. You've got awesome. The Texas Lettering Arts Council. I believe that is Angie who's here with us. So everybody say give a warm welcome to Angie too. And thank you for letting me know that I'm off screen. Things are all right. I'm gonna zoom out so hopefully I can stay on screen more easily. And let's make this a little bit darker. How's that? Okay, that should take care of that. So yeah, and for anyone who isn't aware, Angie was, correct me if I'm wrong, Angie, the director of Legacies this year. She did a fantastically, spectacularly amazing job making Legacies happen virtually this year, which was no small undertaking. And she also did the Speedball book a couple of years ago, I believe the edition right before this one. So if you have that book, I have it in my other room. Otherwise, I would pull it up right next to me. But Angie is awesome, everybody. You're all awesome. But Angie has been up to some specific awesomeness this summer for sure. The 24th edition. Thank you, Angie. Things are. So yeah, I go back to that Speedball book all the time for inspiration. It's got lots of really cool information in there. Like I've used the table, and I've mentioned this to Angie before. I've used the table where I get questions on like what should a left-handed person do, like techniques and suggestions, because I'm obviously right-handed, and there's a great table in there with a lot of suggestions for lefties. So thank you for everything, Angie. You are awesome as well. And my goodness, it's already 8:58. We're so close. So I'll probably take a pause here, and then let me know. Would you guys, do you want to see us finish this next week? Like I could just pause here and we could just work on this, finish it up together next week, or completely new design and new idea? As I kind of clean up a little bit and then switch back to the overhead camera. Apologies again for any congestion in my voice this week. So I'm gonna turn off this light really quickly, then you can see like maybe some of the gold shimmeriness. Do you see that? Always a favorite. I love these gold colors. I realize it's a bit dark now, so we'll brighten it up. What do you guys think? Yeah, I'm a sucker for metallic inks. Anyone out there like me? So I'm gonna transition to me again as we wrap up this week. See Larry, pardon me. Larry is voting for finishing up next week. All right. So yeah, here's what we made today. It's only partly done, the outer circle, but hey, I think we have a good start. And I definitely want to say thanks again to everybody for coming back this week. It really means the world. If you like and subscribe to the video, that really means a lot too, and helps support me and the channel. Thanks to every single one of you for signing on again. That's so much fun. I always love seeing what we create. And do let me know if you have any suggestions for upcoming weeks. Again, like I mentioned a few weeks ago, somebody told me that you don't have to do black letter calligraphy in circles. I still don't know if I believe it, but You know, maybe it's possible to write in straight lines. I'll believe it when I see it. Oh, greetings, Doreen. And I see Aaron is also a metallic ink fan as well. Well, wonderful to see all of you again this week. I hope you have an amazing rest of your week, and I will see you all next time, hopefully next Monday. All right? Have a fantastic evening in the meantime. Thank you again. Take care, everybody. Good night.